Can you learn programming from scratch in 30 days and actually land a job? If you asked me this question 3 or 5 years ago, I would have said definitely no. But looking at it right now, it's 2025. We have all these AI, low and no-code tools around. I still say it's not likely, but there is honestly a possibility you could learn programming from scratch in 30 days and become job ready. And by job ready, I don't mean knowing everything, because honestly, programming is not about knowing everything. It's mostly about having that confidence to just go out there and figure things out. It's mostly about knowing how to identify a problem, explore possibilities, then learning what's needed and just finding ways to bring it to life. I put together this guide I call the 30-day code mastery. I can guarantee that at the end of the 30 days, you'll become job ready. A few notes: this is not a guarantee that you actually land a job at the end of the 30 days. It will just give you that kick, that confidence you need to get started with programming. Also, everything included in the 30 days code mastery guide is absolutely free, so you can walk through this guide from day 1 to day 30 without paying a single cent. With that said, let's get started with what exactly you need to get started with programming. Honestly, it's not much. You just need a laptop and an internet connection. And for the laptop part, you don't need the latest and greatest M4 Max, MacBook Pro. All you need is a laptop from the last decade that runs smoothly. The operating system doesn't matter. You can use Linux, Windows or Mac OS. It's all up to you. So let's jump straight to day 1. And before that, I actually have this PDF thing, sort of like a guide to walk you through the 30 days. You can just grab it in the first link for absolutely free. On the very first day, I won't go to any fishy sites or try finding some $10,000 courses or bootcamps. The very first thing I'd do is just head over to YouTube and find one of these full stack web development projects, to be specific. I'd find something that's 3 to 5 hours maximum and just code alongside whoever is walking me through the tutorial. I have a few guys. I'll also link them in the description. You can also find them in the resources page in the PDF. Most of these guys on YouTube, they just walk you through every single step. They walk you through how to set up your code environment. They walk you through all the basics, the file structures, how to commit, how to organize your code, everything you need to know. They just walk you through it for absolutely free. So just pick one of these 3 to 5 hour courses on YouTube. Just make sure you finish the whole project from the very start to the very end. I say this because coding alongside someone instead of copy-pasting code, it gives you this first-person view of how things are done. You actually get to experience how someone would actually code a project in real time. It's more like having a mentor, but it's a visual. It's like having a mentor and having a first-person view of how someone would actually code something in real life. On the second day, I'll just wrap up the project, make sure you complete the project you started on day 1. Then I'll just create a GitHub account, then learn about Git and GitHub. You learn about all these initials like git init, git add, git commit, push, git pull. Then you just push your first project to GitHub. There's so many videos out there you can just watch for absolutely free on YouTube, but I specifically recommend this one by JavaScript Mastery. And Git and GitHub, it's actually nothing crazy. You don't have to like code anything. You're not coding some weird thing. You don't have to know some weird algorithms or math. Optionally, you can also head to First Commit on GitHub. We have this step-by-step instruction on how to make your very first open source contribution. I suggest you do that. It's super easy. Just follow the steps and just crush this. On the third day, I'd actually go a little deeper into Git and GitHub with merge conflicts and creating branches. If you already did all this in day 2, then bigs up. I'll just go straight into HTML and CSS. Actually, the first time I ever learned HTML was in like 2017. I did HTML from the introductions to the very end of like the forms and the HTML5 in one day. I think it was like 3 hours. It took me 3 hours to wrap the entire HTML. It's just like reading a quick little storybook. Don't try and understand everything. Don't try and cram everything. Just keep it simple. Go through the basic, understand what are tags, understand the structure of the web. I recommend using this site W3 Schools for HTML because they're the guys who maintain HTML. So that's the best place you can learn HTML. After learning some HTML on day 3, I recommend building something simple. When you learn about the headings H1 to H6, try and create something like a book's content page. Try and create something from H1, H2. Just try and like intermingle them, see what you can come up with. Just be creative. Go online, look for some HTML only projects. Look at what people are doing with HTML only. And just a note, HTML is not a programming language, so just so you know. Other than that, I think one of the more interesting projects you can do with HTML is actually creating a simple Wikipedia page or like a clone. Try and create something. Write something about your favorite musician or food. Just look at how Wikipedia structures their website and try and do the exact same thing. Add paragraphs, headings, add horizontal breaks. Just make sure you keep it as simple as you can. Don't beat yourself up. Also, I forgot to mention the other tags like tables and lists. Create a quick simple table, create a quick simple list, and try to preview them on the web. And speaking of the web, I forgot to say, you should also make sure you install Chrome as your main browser, because Chrome has these Chrome developer tools which come in handy. On day 4, I'd learn some CSS, just some bare basics. Fonts, colors, paddings, margins. I'll try to understand the units, pixels, rems, percentages. Then just try and experiment with the colors, add different colors, different spacings. I think this is a good time to go back to the Wikipedia page and try and add some styling to it. On day 5, just play around with the media queries and try making websites responsive. And I think you can see the trend. I'm focused mostly on the web at the moment. I always suggest to most people trying to learn programming to start with web development, mostly the front end, because the web is actually the heart of most technologies. Let's say you start with simple front end web development. From the front end, it's super easy to just learn some APIs and jump to the back end. And from the back end, it's super easy to jump into cloud computing and become a cloud engineer. From the cloud, it's super easy to jump into cybersecurity and data science and machine learning to DevOps to AI to mobile development. You can see where I'm going. So that's why I always recommend starting with web development, because it's the core of most modern technologies. In day 6, I think it's time to meet JavaScript because honestly, if you're learning web development, JavaScript is almost inevitable. So on day 6, I'll just learn the bare basics of JavaScript. What are variables? I'll do some short quizzes and challenges in Flip Code Camp or JS30, create a quick code pen, or do a few challenges on Replit. On day 6, it's a good time to also try and link your JavaScript to the HTML page, log something in the console. And speaking of the console, I think day 6 is the perfect time to just learn and experiment with Chrome Inspector tools. And if you still have any challenges or issues with HTML or CSS, some styling issues, or some issues with responsiveness, I suggest you take a few extra days, a day or two extra to revisit HTML and CSS and just nail that foundation, because we're going to build upon this foundation in the coming days. If you're comfortable enough with JavaScript, we just move to day 7. On day 7, we learn about the DOM, the document object model, and I think from here you should take it a little slow and be more intentional with your learning, because things start to get a little out of hand from here. You can also learn about conditionals, if, else, and switch statements. You can learn about loops, for and while loops. You can learn about array methods, mapping, filtering, reduce. You can go deeper and experiment with Chrome dev tools by inspecting, tweaking, and debugging stuff. I always suggest going to the FBI's most wanted list and just tweaking something, add your friend's name or something. Just have fun with it. On day 8, just go back, clean up everything, rename your files, organize your folders, push everything to GitHub, and actually try and maintain a proper folder structure throughout the 30 days. Everything you code and everything you do, just try and organize it into these beautiful folders in a beautiful structure. You just come up with something, be creative. Also, I forgot to mention, it's actually wise to try and take notes with everything you do. I have this Notion template which I use when I'm learning something new. Like for instance, last year I was learning Three.js and Reactory Fiber. This is just a sample of the notes I took. You can grab that in the description as well, and remember, you can grab it for absolutely free. Just put 0 on checkout, or you can put any other amount, but I suggest putting 0 so you can keep everything absolutely free. On day 9, I'll just code alongside someone in JavaScript, create something with pure HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Just you know how to link the files together, you know how to start a quick project. If you can only do the basics like setting up the project and previewing everything on a live server, and you can't actually go through the thinking process to actually create your own project, it's fine. Give yourself a day or two to just walk over the basics again and just try coming up with your own thing. You can just code a little something like a quick calculator app with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. On day 11 now that we can actually start our own HTML, CSS and JavaScript project, we can preview it in live server. We have that fundamental understanding of the web. I suggest going straight into React. It's a little tricky, but before learning React, I suggest you learn about the different libraries and frameworks. I suggest you also understand why we actually use React. Learn a little about React components, props, states. Explore the file structure in the React app. I think this is a good time to actually add a little Tailwind CSS in your tech stack. And yes, the tips of my fingers are black because I was trying to fix my printer a moment ago. But on day 15, I suggest you build solo. Just try and create something. Create your own first React app without a tutorial. On day 16, I suggest learning some Next.js. You don't have to master Next.js. You just have to know the difference between Next.js and React. And actually, if you feel stuck or confused, that's precisely where real learning happens. Just use AI to deepen your understanding. Also, you're building skills for yourself. I'm just giving you the tools or the guide to do so. So if you've made it this far, first off, congrats. On day 17, I think we already have a few projects under our roof, something anywhere from 5 to 10 to maybe 50 little projects you already deployed to the web. And if you're already there, you're comfortable enough with building a quick little React or Next app, I suggest you start planning for your big project. And the project is a portfolio website. Yes, I want you to create your own little portfolio website. It doesn't have to be complicated, just something simple. If you're not sure how to actually bring it to life, well, that's what programming is all about. Not knowing stuff, figuring them out, learning it, and actually implementing it. And you don't have to code everything from scratch, like from your own brain. You can use AI, you can use low or no-code platforms to actually bring this portfolio to life. So on day 17, I suggest grab a pen and put a pen or pencil to paper and actually draft something up. Just plan something. What fonts are you going to use? What colors? What's the layout or design of your quick little portfolio website? You can get inspiration from Dribble, from Behance, from awards. Just make sure it's something simple, not some fancy 3D sites and all that. You can actually create one of those, but at the moment it will take a lot of figuring out to actually achieve something like that. But hey, no one is stopping you. On day 18, I suggest you start designing the site. This is where you learn basic web design with Figma. Honestly speaking, Figma is actually super easy. It's mostly about drawing rectangles, then drawing other rectangles within the rectangles and adding text in the rectangles and just paragraphs. So it's super easy designing your own site. On day 19, I say you start coding it. Try using React or Next.js. Just break down how you're going to code it. After that, on day 20, it's optional. If you're comfortable enough with coding, you can actually try experimenting with APIs and dynamic data. I'd love to see your portfolio website, so I'll link the Discord channel below. You can just send it there for all of us to see it. I'll also be creating my own portfolio website. I think in the 2nd and 3rd week of June, I'll actually create something. So I'll try and publicly share all the steps, all the challenges and bugs I faced through the process. Anywhere from day 25, if you're already comfortable enough and you have your portfolio ready out there showcasing all your tiny little projects from day 1, I think you can just go deeper. Try and learn about all other kinds of developers. Learn what is a front, backend, full stack developer. What is DevOps? Learn what it takes to become a senior or junior developer. What's a mid-level developer? After this, you can just start applying for junior positions or gigs. After this, I think that's mostly everything you can learn to be job ready as a junior web developer. You can just add a few extras, like let's say you can learn about web accessibility, SEO, some analytics tools like Plausible and Google Analytics. You can try and create a list of 10 plus projects you wish to create, so you can just start working on them as you actually start applying for jobs. And speaking of applying for jobs, if you head over to Indeed, at least their YouTube channel, they have everything you need to know about job applications, from trying to find a suitable role for you, negotiating salaries, what to dress, what to say in an interview. They have every single thing you need to know. And just a reminder, there is a big difference between learning programming and learning a programming language. You don't even need all the answers. All you need is just a goal, a project, a vision, a reason, and the drive to just chase it. There are times you'll stare at the screen, you'll feel stuck, you want to give up, but trust me, that's just part of the process. It happens to the best of us. I think that's it. This is the end of this little 30-day challenge or 30-day code mastery, as I call it. Tell me your views. Did you grab the PDF? What do you think about it? Also, did you actually do the 30-day challenge? Did you go from day 1 all the way to day 30? How do you feel like? Just let me know in the comment section down below. Did it work for you? Did you land a job? How comfortable or confident do you feel now after going through this 30-day code mastery thing? How did it help you? If it didn't help you, what went wrong? Tell me everything in the comment section down below.